And good day. Can you guys hear me? I hope you can. And I touch base. Welcome to Touch Base Day. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I do every day. I'm trying to make sure that my mic can I can hear. Can you hear me, y'all? Can y'all hear me? I need to know if you can hear me. It is 5:04 right here in the wonderful Montpellier. Am I saying it right? Montpellier? Montpellier, here in France. And so now I went from Paris now to the very south of France. And I am here, and this is all good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And yes, I see yes. So that's a good thing. If you can hear me, that's a yes. So beautiful countryside behind me. This is far from Paris, literally 800 miles away from Paris and or Paris. And so I'm guys, I'm telling you, I am feeling so good about living my best life. As they say, Ron, you're living your best life. I am. I definitely am. And so it's been really cool to be able to. The train ride was we took the bullet train down, and it's called the Fast. The train it moves so fast. I do believe someone told me it moves at 183 miles an hour. Could you imagine 183 miles an hour? So, anyway, I see you guys in the building. And wow, let's say hello. Let's say some good mornings. I see some folks in here. Oh, you know what? Let me get rid of this on the screen because I'm no longer on the train. I had to use the train Wi-Fi. And man, I can't believe I'm here. Can I tell you that? I cannot believe I am here. And it feels good. It really does feel good. And let me see. Let me get this thing in here. Come on, let's get there, y'all. Video, and can I do my videos live from Instagram? I don't know. I'm not able to get my Instagram up properly. I mean, it's in creative mode. It says live video. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Live video. Okay, so it's all touch and go when you're traveling and doing a podcast, and especially a live podcast. So we got public here, and here we go. Okay. We're going to get these Instagrammers in here as well. I see some more folks are popping in, and welcome, welcome. And let's see here. Let's get the Instagrammers inside the building. Let me give them their invitation, the cry from the wild. And there we go. Okay, so we should be seeing them up as well in a little bit. So that means people in the Instagram world will, I see it popping on the screen. It's a little slow on the Instagram, but it looks like it's working its magic. Here we go. Okay. I've clicked on it, so it'll take its time. There we go. Okay, so I'm back with you all. So I am in the French countryside. Literally. It is beautiful here. It was warm earlier. When we first got here, it was a little warm. And then out of nowhere, just like in the countryside, the temperature dropped. It dropped. And so here I am. And right here in wonderful Montpellier. Montpellier. Yeah, I think I said it right. Montpellier. You don't say the R really. Montpellier. Montpellier. So anyway, I'll get it right. I am listening to mostly French stuff, all the French radio, French music, French everything, so I can start learning the language. I've already taken 175 days of French classes. It's through Duolingo. I am so happy, Chris. I am so happy. Let me say hello to some folks here. So first of all, We say the gold goes to our wonderful Hannah. Good morning, she says, Ron. Well, like I said, here it is evening. It's 5:08 here. And Tanya says, good evening, Ron, and hear you. Thank you. You can hear me. I worked out my kinks from yesterday, all my little glitches. And so Miss Tanya gets the silver for today. And we have some what's this? Gioni 10 is in the building with the bronze this morning. The bronze. So is that you? It is me. It is me, Gioni. Yes, it is me. Um Dr. Tachi's in the building. She says, hey all. And Lisa's in the building. She says, morning, everyone. And Rune, I don't know what that means, but Krista R says Rune. And is it, my cousin saying, is it still warm in Europe? No, it's not warm here. It's warm during the day. Paris was in the 60s, so it was 63, 65, 60. Yeah. But the weather is much nicer here, but it cools off fast. Thank you. And again, yes, Kristen. Chris says, you look so happy. And Hannah says, good morning, Dr. Tachi. Does this mean I'm on the right feed this morning? Yes, you are. And Charlene is in the building. What's going on, Charlene? Good morning, everyone, she says. Oh, you East Coast folks, where it's morning just starting. The morning is time is just starting in America. And so that's a good thing. Tanya says, good morning, ladies. And also I'm just going through all I'm just sharing all the oh, you know, I can put my little this guy on. There we go. Let me put that on so you can see it on the screen. And I see that good morning. And then I see that good morning to one another. Chris R is in the building. She says, good morning, sitting here at my dental appointment. Oh, I love the dental appointments. I told my dentist I will not be back until June. And she was like, and she gave me she made sure that I had all my like little records with me in case I needed them here in as I travel. So that was really nice of her. And so I got up early this morning, obviously. Was able to get some work done. I'm also finishing up a project for my client. And I had a photo shoot before I left New York City. So I'm going to be working on that for the rest of the night. So that uh, by the time she wakes up in the morning tomorrow, she will have all of her proofs for her headshots. And she's a CEO of a huge pharmaceutical company in India. And isn't that it's amazing? A black woman, CEO of an India-based pharmaceutical company. And let's see here. I see Hannah. She's Dr. Tachi says, Hannah, you are in the right place. And look at Mimi. Mimi's in the building. Greetings, Ron and RLP Touch Base Daily family. So again, if I can, you can't see it totally, but that's the background. I'm on a beautiful porch, the countryside out there, and it's pretty cool. And all this greenery and all the birds. So you see the bird feeders are above me. So I hope the birds don't poop on me while I'm down here. So with the bird feeders right there, Wait, it's it's right it's right there. The bird feeder, and so the most beautiful birds are over here. Though I think I saw a dove, or I think it was over here flying around. Um, Beautiful surrounding. And my friends who now live here, they said, Ron, when you wake up in the morning, you're gonna hear all of the birds. And I thought I heard lots of birds when I moved to Adrian's. in Teaneck, because in Teaneck there's birds everywhere. Even like I said, I took photos of the eagle, and so here I am excited about hearing the birds. I'm here for a bit, and then after that I head to Germany. So my next stop after this is Germany, and so we'll see how that all works out. And then from Germany, I'll be in Namibia. So guys, it's moving by fast. I mean, think about it. I've already been to two countries, two cities in each country. That is like it's moving fast. And so I'm very thankful. Very thankful. Let's see here. Um, how are you guys doing? How are you all doing? That's my question. Um, a lot is going on in the States. And so if you stay focused, we can all make this, we can make it through this together. I know I'm not there right now, but I'll be back in June. I'll be back in the States. You right? Dr. Taji said, it's going so fast. I'm loving your adventures. So yesterday, I spent time with my dear friend Jessica, and you've probably seen some of the posts in my stories. Jessica is from China, but she lives in Astoria, and she also lives here in Paris. So I could not come to Paris and not hang out with my friend Jessica. So you saw me earlier at her house and her apartment in what we call the Défense area of Paris, which is very modern, skyscrapers, modern buildings, office buildings. Um, it's very metropolitan. And so I was at her house and I said, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go back to the hotel to do my touch base daily. And she's like, "Oh no, you can't leave. You cannot leave. What? You just staying for?" I think it was 30 minutes I was there, but I stayed a little over. That's why I was a little late. And so we had the greatest of times. So she was like, "Can we do dinner?" So we went to dinner. And so I've gone to what's called K-pots. Like has anyone ever been to a K-pot, like the Korean K-pot, where you pay one price and then you eat all of this delicious food? Well, I did not know that I went to Chinatown in Paris, which was my first time in Chinatown, and and I was able to try hot pot. It's called hot pot instead of K-pot. It was hot pot. And this place was decked out in Chinese art and culture and colors and brightness, and the food was amazing. Oh, so Hannah said, Hannah, have you done K-pots or hot pots? I see you, Kimmy. I see you in the building. Kimmy Kim says, "Hello, Ron." Mimi says she's loving the adventures. You're loving the adventures. This is what I was created to do, y'all. I was created to travel and share traveling and travels, and how I'll get more what's the word? I'll get more organized and kind of get in my theories and kind of get in my connections, because I am going to I've already connected with a couple of other travel YouTubers and other travel Instagrammers. I do believe one, two, three, four of them. And so I'm hoping to learn from them. And so there's there's a very big travel community. And if you want to travel, you can connect and plug into that community. And even also, I do believe I also every day I look at Black Culture Travelers, I think it's called. And you probably see me repost some of their stuff. Like they're really like good for they're really good for keeping you informed of what's happening in the industry news wise. And so I get a lot of my news for traveling through them, which has been interesting. Because you're not gonna find like the like on their platform, they warned about this strike and how it's going to affect TSA and global entry. I heard it there first before I heard it in the news. They also gave us warnings about what was happening in Mexico, so they're really good on that. So, yeah. So I'll have to put the link in. Or maybe you know what? Since we can do it, let me just see if I can get them on get their page on the. I follow them on Instagram, so let me see if I can pop that on the screen, and you can see. Because look, I can take my time. It's all about you and sharing what's going on, and I don't have to have a real format these days. I mean, obviously, I want to make sure you're out on time, you're doing your thing, but I want to make sure you get information as well. And it's a black cultured travelers. This is gonna pop up. Black culture, and let's see if it comes up. And Black culture news, Black culture travel. Is it? Let me see if it comes up. There we go. I think this is it. Hold on a second. Yes, this is it. So I'm going to share this page with you guys so that you can have it. I do like their platform. I do like what they offer, and it helps me in this new traveling journey that I'm on. Also, what I find is because so much has changed since I've done this before. I mean, the last time I did this was in 2016 into 2017. And now it's literally almost, it's almost not 10 years exactly, but it's 9 years later. And there's a lot that has changed in the traveling world, as in the apps that are available, the websites that are available, the insurance companies that are available. For instance, in order to do this trip, I signed up for Fay. Fay is a travel insurance company. I'll put that on the screen too. So let me take these things. I'm talking about what I'm trying to educate you along the way. So we're just freestyling, but we're talking, giving you information. Image files. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Share. So let's share this Instagram page, which I think you will benefit from. And there it is, called Black Travel Culture. That's the name. I had it a little mixed up there. We inform, we inspire, we celebrate all things travel and culture. And it's really a lot of you guys are already on this page. And I think we featured this on maybe one of our Focus Fridays. But yeah, so you can see what's happening. Direct flight, one stop, cheapest options, months ahead, few weeks out, the downside of travel, vlogging. People, it has something in Paris, breaking airline news, which was on the 24th. And so it's a lot of good information that they give to the Black community, but all communities if you want to connect in. But it's truly dedicated to Black travel and culture, because there are some places that you want to know about, especially if you are Black and a person of color, of places that treat people of color, Black people, well or not well. So you want to have that kind of information at your hands to say, okay, this hotel is not a good hotel. They're not friendly. So that's what I love about the travel community. Also, what I've been really embracing in the travel community is that all of us in the travel community are so, what's the word? We are so, and we're so happy to share information with one another. And that's what I love about the travel community as well. And let's see here. Hannah says, never would love to though. Oh, never. Yeah. Oh, never would. That's about the K-pot. Go to get some K-pot or hot pot. Kimmy says, have not gone, but a lot of those have restaurants have popped up recently here. And Jay says she's back. They're back. Jayani is back. Jayani 10 is back. Okay. And so if you have questions along the way, please feel free to ask questions because that's what I do here. Right below me, there's something cooking. Someone's cooking downstairs. There's a pool. Wait, let me show you. There's a pool down there. You see the pool? See the pool? And I'm not getting in any pools anytime soon. So that is not what I'll be doing is in the pool. But again, so check out this page. I think it would be very informative to you. And it will help you. Again, the travel tip tab, excuse me, and have all this stuff here. Okay, so check that out. Okay, now I was going to share. What was I getting ready to share with you guys? I just it slipped my mind what I was getting ready to share with you. But any questions up to this point? But again, what I'm learning about a lot of the travelers here around, I'm meeting so many travelers, and I'm also meeting people that are expats. Mm, Jessica is like the expat queen. And she was like, Ron, if you move here, I have lots of people to plug you into, and you do interior design. So we have a lot of interior. Paris is a lot of, let me just, let me phrase it better. People enjoy it, design, architecture, and photography here in France, especially in Paris. But now I'm in another part, so I'm going to discover something new here. I am sure. I see here. Chris says, "Will you be going to Kenya?" Kenya is on my list. I'm hoping that while I'm living in Namibia for the 3 months, that I will also go to Kenya and Tanzania because my friend, who is another safari company owner, is he does safaris in Tanzania. So I'm going to try to connect with. Well, we talk all the time, but I'm going to try to take a flight from Namibia to Tanzania and also Kenya. But I'm also waiting for one of my buddies to move to Uganda. So if he ends up back in Uganda, then I will fly to Uganda and then do Uganda and Kenya all around the same time. But if I do that, that means I might not come back home until July. So this is this is all playing it by ear. And then I have been informed that Martha's Vineyard Film Festival has reached out to my representative and partner photographer, and I may be back at I may be back at Martha's Vineyard, which I didn't think I was going to do this year, but I may be back in August for Martha's Vineyards, and hopefully they are going to do some things that I think they need to do to make that happen. I see here, Kimmy Kim says, have not gone, but a lot. Okay, we got that. And coming back. Okay, Chris says, will Chad be meeting up with you at any point along your travels? Chad is always welcome. So my cousin Chad is always welcome to be wherever I am at whatever time. It's just a matter of Chad getting his act together. So, and Hannah says, how was the train ride? The train ride, again, we were moving at 183 miles an hour, so I've been told. And the train ride was so smooth. It was no jigglies. It wasn't no boom, 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 boom. It was smooth. As a matter of fact, it was smoother being on the train than in a car. I mean, cars, you get to you get to experience some of the bumps. This was smooth as, it was not bumpy. It was no. Now, I do like when also for these speed trains here in Europe, is that when they go into the curve, like when they make that big curve, the the train does this slightly, and you can feel the car go like that, right? So you're like straight, and then you feel it go like this, and then it goes back down. That's the only thing. That's the only thing you feel is the curves once in a while. I see here. Did you see about the suggestion to register with the State Department? Normally, as soon as I may be wrong, but when you enter into the European Union, it automatically happens. They know who you are. That's why you're in the system. Um, Number two is that our passports have a chip in them. And you may not know that you are chipped. Your passport has a chip in it. So if they need to find you, they will find you because of your passport, and you have a unique chip in your passport. Let's see here. Dr. Tachi says, "Hey there," again to someone. And Classic says, "Blessed and thankful Thursday listening in. Thanks again for sharing pics and your new travels. Also, make sure you hit the likes. Again, make sure you hit the likes and so that people know that we're here and that we're having this conversation. And then also, if you have friends and family that like to travel and you want them to, tune into what the stuff I'm sharing, make sure that you give them an invitation to subscribe. We are now at, I do believe, one at 862. We're trying to make our way towards the 1,000 mark, and I think we're gonna do it really. I think we're gonna do it faster than I thought as we continue to share information and do this journey together. Dr. Tachi says, Ron in Paris, the series. Well, that was the last 3 days. And I went to the museum. I went to Notre Dame, as in the area. I went to the theater district, which I had never been before. Where I'm staying in my hotel was dedicated to a photographer, Nispi, sorry, Nispi, Neopis. These names. I had it perfect at one time. Nipis, that's it. Here we go. Nipis, there we go. And Jane Nipis, and that is dedicated. So I'm gonna have more coverage of that. And like Lisa suggested, and I've been doing, but now that I hear Lisa's mouth in my brain saying, document your food. So I've been documenting all my foods. And because now that I'm documenting, I've been taking photos of the menus so I can tell you what I'm eating and where to go to get it. So that's also going to be, I'll be working through that. So you guys will have that. This is work, y'all. Even though I'm having the time of my life. Mimi says, love the expat communities. Have Jessica share some suggested communities on social. I do believe she does. And let me take it to her page. Let me take you to my wonderful Jessica's page. Jessica is, she is about her business. She has a marketing advertisement company, and she's great at what she does. She's done some stuff for city. She's done some work for City Hall in New York City. So let me see here. Let me see if I can get her page up here so you can have that. And let's pop this on. And let's go to Jessica's page, and you can see Jessica. And but she is a sweetheart, and she is a traveler. I'm telling you, that's how we bonded, is over our love for traveling. And so as it's queuing in, okay, there we go. So I'm going to share my girls' page with you all, and again, this is my buddy pal Jessica, and we had the greatest time. I was like, we have to. I have to get up early to go for the train. So, and I need to pack. So I had to leave. I did not get back to my hotel room until like 11:30. Almost, I was like, Ron is hanging out late in these streets. So this is Jessica's page, Jessica Wong, Jessica Sophia Wong, and it's called Silly Drunk Fish. And she's an entrepreneur, and she's got all these things going for her. New York City and Paris, award-winning founder, arts, mental health. She does live boldly, or a solo traveler, and she has her website and everything. But this is her page, and she is always up to something, always traveling between many countries. And again, she has her own agency, and she does a lot of also event photography. That her company's called York Seed, and but yeah, she does all kinds of events. And how I mean, we have our mutual friend, and so this is her page, and she does a lot of stuff. So check out her page. You'll learn a lot. If you're into marketing, if you're into event planning, if you're into advertising, she is the real deal. And she navigates through New York, Asia, and or I should say China, New York, China, and Paris. I should say France. Okay, so you can check out her page. She's always got a story, and she's so good at posting. Like I left her apartment, and she had already posted our experience on her page. So she's really good at this stuff. So I told her, I said, I'm taking notes. I think this is. Are we still on here from yesterday? Let me see if we're still on here from yesterday. Maybe not, because yeah, it should be because it's less than 24 hours. Let me see. I think we may be on here. Let me see. Hold on a second. There we are. There we are. That's last night at Kate at the hot pot. And there we are again. And we had so much fun. And I think that was it. And then did she post anything else today? That was it. So that was it. But again, she is a prize. She is a great friend. And she was like, Ron, you have to come live here. You have to come live here. I was like, 2 years, I'll make a decision. 2 years, I'll make a decision on where I want to live. But I cannot make a life commitment during these 2 years with the orange man in office. We don't know what the world's going to look like, and so you cannot put your. I'm telling all my friends. Unfortunately, one of my friends did not listen, and I advised to him. I said, "Look, you're a senior citizen, and you're buying a house. One of the things you do not do as a senior citizen, at least I've been told, if you're a senior citizen, you do not buy a home to live in. Your 30-year mortgage is not going, you'll be dead by the time the 30-year mortgage is up. So, I mean, for most people, if you're in your 60s, past 62, and you buy a home, your 30-year mortgage, that's 92. It's better to only buy a property only if it's an investment property. If it's an investment property that's yielding interest and yielding a profit for you, then you buy it. But if it's just a home to live in, it is better for you as a senior citizen. So I've been told and advised to rent, because as you grow older, life changes. So, for instance, we get sick. You may have to stay in a hospital for a long period of time. You might have to be, so you can't pay a home mortgage and be in a hospital, right? You might have to go to a nursing home. You may have to go to a rehabilitation. As you get older, you need to be more flexible in the way you navigate the world. That's why this is nomad life for me is like great. I mean, I'm blessed. I have a lot of friends. I've accumulated some really cool friends along the way in life. And so the best advice you can give your sons and daughters, be friends to everyone. Be a good person to everyone. Look out for the people in your life. There's an old saying I live by. People are not impressed by what you have. People are not impressed by what you own. People are not impressed by the things you do for them. I mean, as in the things like material things. People are invested in you because of how you make them feel. Make people feel good, and you will have friends. He who has many friends must first show himself or herself to be what? Let the choir say, friendly, friendly. And if you do that, you will have people in your life to do this. I'm with my friends here. This is where they're staying. And I'm like, I'm blessed. And I'm like, hey, let's go shopping. I want to fill the refrigerator. How can I help? How can I contribute? How can I make your life better? That's how we should be living our lives. This is how I live my life. Is if I'm visiting someone's home, I'm definitely saying, how can I make your life better? Especially if you have the means to do it. He says, wow. And here's another question. Are you forced to do facial recognition there? Yes, yes. When I entered through the EU, but I use face recognition when I'm in the US because I have global entry and I have obviously the TSA pre approve, approve, and so they use the face recognition. I take off my glasses. Now I don't have to take off my glasses. I just simply go, and that's it. And I'm in. But I do like it. The reason why I like the facial recognition is that I don't have to take off my shoes. I don't have to, and you're also in the fast track. For instance, when I left, I did not know that my TSA pre-check was going to work in Portugal. So when I left Lisbon on what was it, Sunday? Sunday. When I left there and I went to the airport, my the ticket that I bought had already assigned because it has my affiliations and it has my codes and stuff in it. And it immediately put me in my TSA pre-approved or and then I ended up what's called in their system, it's called the travel fast. So I went through, there was there were hundreds of people at the airport. And I just went by. I went to the person and said, This is my ticket. Where do I belong? And she was like, Oh, you're on the fast track line. And I was like, I am. Yes, yes. And so I did not know that my TSA was going to transfer here to my European Union travel. Did not know. That was something new. And I was happy for it. I was through the gate like this. Face recognition, run through the gate. That was it. Well, they did search one of my camera bag because they do that. If you got lots of equipment and they see all these electronics, they needed to take out they had to take out my computer, and I had my computer and my um, tablet. They needed to take those out and separate them and then run them through again. Um, I see Dr. Ty says, "Oh, so cool." And Chris is saying, "Preach, Ron, preach." Charlene says, "Friendly." That's right, be friendly. And Tanya says, "Amen. We are kind. We are kindred spirits." And Lisa says, "Are you still going to be doing your therapy virtually while you are traveling?" Well, I will definitely be. Well, no, th- there's there is a problem with that because when you are doing your therapy now, there are other therapists. However, my therapist is based in New York. They can only, like, if you are not in New York at the time of therapy, they can't do it. They're not allowed by law. They can only do it in the state that they have their licensing for. So, because I'm traveling, my therapist cannot help me. So you are my therapy session. I'm having a therapy session right now. But when I get back, she'll be able to help me. I have a beautiful therapist. Okay. Um, Lisa says, I'm surprised because didn't cancel TSA. For now, TSA in America is canceled, not around the globe, only in America, because TSA is only in America. But because you have TSA approved in America, some countries honor it. Who knew? Who knew that the European Union honors your TSA? Was shocked. And it may be also because I'm global entry. So it could be either one, but I'm sure it was the TSA. And Bryson says, "What's up, Ron? Sorry that I'm late." You're late, Bryson. Where's my apple? The teacher wants apple. Anyway, any other questions out there? Any other questions? I mean, this is how we'll be spending our time. And then it's much better than talking about Trump and the orange man and all the stupidity, all the craziness that's going on. Uh, and also, I want to start also sharing some like other stuff and gear, but I still want to get some interviews in with photographers. So I still want to do that. And so this channel is evolving, and which is pretty cool. I'm okay. I'm a person of flexibility, and I'm a person not afraid of change. So I find that change is good, learning is good, and the more you learn, the better you are. The more changes, the more you are able to learn how to adjust. You know, one of the things you learn in business is you have to learn how to pivot. You always hear in business meetings, how did the company pivot when things happen? You have to be able to pivot. And so this whole, like, I had to, for instance, when I got to my hotel, I was not happy with my hotel. I was like, because I was operating, and I must tell you, I was operating out of ignorance. I did not know the neighborhood. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I didn't realize I was in a residential slash business district. And so when I arrived on Sunday, and it was raining, so lots of people were not out, and I misjudged the neighborhood, and I was like, maybe I'm just gonna just do one night and I'm out, and I'll go to something I'm familiar with. And then my old brain kicked in. I have never been afraid of change. And I was like, well, there's a reason why I'm here. I'll just stick with it and see how it plays out. And it did. It played out perfect because my buddy who I hung out with the night on 2 nights ago, his job was right not too far from my hotel. So we got to hang out after I finished with the Eiffel Tower with you guys. He and I got together, and then he took me to some really cool restaurant. And I didn't even know they made food like this. It was like the crepe, the crepe was made into this huge thing and created into a square, and then all your mushrooms and meat and everything was inside, and it was the most delicious. Usually you think of crepes with as being sweet, but there are meals that people use to eat those as well, and it was absolutely delicious. So I had a great time. Let's see here. That's funny. He says, and any other questions? Any other questions? So I just want to make sure that I address questions. Like I said, I'll be here for a week. Yeah, for about a week, and then I will be leaving for Germany. And I'm trying to figure out, do I go to Germany and stay a couple of days so I can travel and kind of like, since I'm going to be flying from Germany to Namibia, why not go and enjoy Germany for a couple of days? So that's what I probably end up doing. So stay tuned. We'll be in Germany at some point. At some point on this trip, we'll be in Germany, which is an unexpected twist. And so I hope to bring you some information from Germany as well. Paris was absolutely wonderful this time. I've been to Paris several times, and so this time I tried to just live like a resident. So I had already done all the touristy stuff in Paris. I've done all of the main streets. I've climbed the arch. I've done all of Notre Dame. I've done all. I wanted to get to the Bastille, but I did not get a chance to do that yesterday. Um, but it was good to just be a active visitor, and it was really cool not to be running after the touristy stuff in Paris. It was good to just be living it and enjoying the moments, walking down the street. Like one night after I left my buddy who worked in my hotel area, I end up just walking back to the hotel, which was a 15-minute walk, which I very rarely have done. Usually I hop on the train, but this time I literally walked like I was in New York. And it was a little fear in it because I didn't know the streets, I didn't know the people, and so I felt a little uneasy. But isn't that the point of traveling? Isn't it the point of doing this? Is that if they say if you are not doing things that make you uneasy, then you're not stretching yourself. So you have to stretch yourself. And so I found that, and again, my New York mindset came into it. Just clicked on. I'm walking down the streets. I'm observing everyone, everything, and I made it nice, safe, and sound from the restaurant. 15-minute walk to my hotel, and I was proud of myself because I had never done that before. I had never walked like a neighborhood by myself. And it was fun. And I took pictures along the way, the nightlife pictures, which I very rarely take. I'm usually taking pictures during the day. So I took pictures at night, and that was so much fun. So yeah, so if you're not if you're not stretching yourself, then you're not growing. If you're not stretching yourself, then you're not learning. So get out there and stretch yourself. Do something. Yeah, they say, what they call it, these I read the book with the blue zones, and it talks about you should be learning something new every day of your life. And so I hope that I can challenge you to do that. Chris says, I'm going to visit China this year. Oh, China. I want to go to China. I want to go to China. Oh, whew, I would love to go to China. I'm just telling you, something has to happen. I told, I'm telling Jessica, if Jessica is listening, Jessica, if you go to China, I have to go with you. I almost made it to China. I almost made it to Hong Kong in February, but I had to. It was too close to what I was doing. My friend invited me to her DJ event in Hong Kong, and I was going to go, but it was a conflict. I didn't want to take a chance. I needed to spend time with my cousin, and some family time is always important. Um, Dr. Ty says to Chris, "That's going to be a good trip," and she says, "I am so excited." And Chris says, "Thank you, Ron. You are truly an inspirational. You motivate me. Look, that's why I'm doing this. I hope to motivate a lot of you and to motivate people that are viewing this. You're never too old. I'm 62 years old as of this week, just passed, right? Monday. Don't let your age stop you. Don't let your aches and pains stop you. If you can do it, if you can make it happen, as in the finances, or and even that, figure out how to make money, to set money aside to do it. Let nothing stop you. Let nothing stop you from being the full potential person that you're supposed to be. You know, you just can't. You can't settle. You cannot settle for less. You deserve the best. And life is short, and you have to get out and do it. Yeah, you got to do it. You have to do it. Live your life and truly live it. Don't be like people that complain all the time. Oh, this is a problem. That's a problem. But wait, aren't you breathing? Don't you have legs? Don't you have eyes to see? Don't you have ears to hear? Somebody needs to hear this today. as, as my preacher dad would say, somebody needs to hear this. Don't sit around complaining. What has complaining done for anyone? Nothing. It doesn't even make you feel better. Complaining doesn't even make you feel better. Just get out in the world and do what you need to do. It's like one of my friends, he did not call me on my birthday. And he felt really bad because I said, of all the people you did not call. And then we had a conversation. And I said, you know what I believe? I'm a believer, and this is this is to my personality. You want to know how Ron thinks? This is it. I judge everybody by their words and actions. And I am a believer to the core of my being. People do what they want to do. And people make priority what they want to be their priority. And if someone doesn't do the thing they're supposed to be doing and they have not made it a priority, and they say they feel a certain way, but yet you didn't make it a priority, I got to think twice. I have to think twice because I am a believer. I am to the core. The core of my being tells me that people do what they want to do. You do what you want to do. No, so when someone says, "Oh, Ron, let me get back to you," you probably didn't want to do it. So when I invite someone somewhere and they go, "Oh, let me," now that sometimes it's truly people have to get back to their schedule. But most of the time, if someone's like, for instance, if you tell me, like, I'm here, my friend Vivian is in the house, she and her husband. Vivian said to me in 2015, we met at an art gallery. We met at an art gallery. And I told you the story. She was in the way, and I was like, what do I do? And I went in, and then I ended up talking to her. We ended up having a great conversation. And we are best of friends to this day because of that moment. But she said to me in that moment, she just met me. She just met me at the art gallery. And she says, Ron, how about this? Why don't you come visit us in South Africa? She just met me and she invited me to South Africa. And did I sit down and figure that did I say, oh, let me get back to you? No, I was like, hell yeah, I'm coming. And guess what? I got on the plane and went to South Africa. I had never been to South Africa, but I went to South Africa. And then I ended up in South Africa twice in 1 year. But guys, if you really want something, you're going to do it. And because you have to make it a priority. Don't tell people you care about them. Don't tell people you love them. Don't tell people that you're in their corner unless you are ready to make them that priority to make those things happen. Priority. There's a rule I have when I do my work. There's 3 priorities each day that I must accomplish. However, and I have 3 made priorities of each day and then 3 secondaries. Now, if I accomplish my 3 priorities in the day, then I may be able to execute one of the secondaries. And that would be an excellent day. But you have to set priorities. And that's going to help you travel better. It's going to help you with your friendships better. It's going to help you with your relationships, your friendships. You have to make your friends your priority. You have to make the people you say you love priority. You have to if you want to travel, make it a priority. You can do this. If this 62-year-old dude from Brooklyn that was raised on top of a candy store, that lived in poverty, that was raised by a single mom, living from paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes had a dispossession notice on the door every other year. You have to live and create your list of to-dos and must-dos. But make life a priority. Make you a priority. I'm going to close on that thought. Make you a priority. You deserve to live life better. You deserve friendships. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to love others. You deserve it. So make yourself a priority. I see you guys in the building. The Shakti says, exactly, Ron. Hannah says, true. Tanya says, love each day is key. And then Chris says, priorities and alignment, agree. And Chris says, Ron, please don't make me cry. My dad told me all of my life he loves me. But when I tell you that that man has disappointed me time and time again, it feels like the biggest guy or the biggest gut punch. Chris, I'm with you 100%. My biological father did exactly the same thing. Oh, we're going to meet. I'm coming by. I'm coming to pick you up, and never showed up. I think that's why I am a person that it helped to create character in me. My father did not have character. My biological father had very little character and did not make us priority. And never, ever, I should say ever, maybe once or twice he followed through on his word, but always disappointed. My biological father disappointed me almost every single day of my life. But you know what? You know what? It made me better. It made me better. It made me a better youth leader. It made me a better youth director. It made me a better person because I knew what it was to be disappointed. I knew that my father never made me a priority, but I was not going to do that to others. And that's why when I tell people I'm going to do something, I do it. So, Chris, I know what you're going through. I know what you're saying. I feel your pain because I lived your pain. But guess what? Look at me now. Look at me now. I get to live my life. And I didn't sit there and say, woe is me. Mm-mm. It made me better. It made me better and it will make you better. That's why you're going to China. That's why you travel. That's why you do the things you do. Because those disappointments of the past will give you the booster rockets to go forward. And those, my father letdowns made me stronger in my life today. My father's not having the ability to feel the harm he did to my sister and I made me better able to feel. Yep. Like, right? 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 We're in this together, y'all. Y- None of us are islands to ourselves. Look at you shining. Yes, right. Classic says, yes, Ron made you stronger and wiser as you grow up. God, good dad too. Just thought you needed to hear that at this moment. That's right. You got to just live your best life. You deserve it. You deserve it. I don't care how many disappointments have been made and how many people didn't show up. That's why when people don't show up for me, when someone tells me they're going to do something and they haven't made it a priority, it, it's a trigger. I have to tell you, it's a trigger. It triggers me to when my father did the same thing. But I didn't also know that people do make mistakes, and then people also operate out of their own situations that they may have gone through. So even sometimes people piss me off when they don't do the right thing. Somehow I find grace. You can only look at people through the eyes of grace. And on that note, guys, it's time to let you go on this wonderful Thursday. Let your day be full of excitement and get out there, put your priorities together, do what you want to do, prepare, create, be the best you could possibly be. You deserve the best and live the best. And so since our saying is focus on what matters, since we are, that's my saying, focus on what matters. And for all you folks out there, live life like you mean it. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow because now we'll be more consistent. I'm in a beautiful home here in the south of France. I am so blessed. I am blessed to be able to spend time with my friends who I love dearly. Okay, I see the love. I see all the roses. Thank you, Jazzy Jazz. Thank you, says Chris. Um, Hannah says, thanks for sharing, Ron. And classic with the beautiful applause. Okay, so guys, share this video. Hopefully, this was someone. I was not planning to go this direction, but I'm free willy. I can just, I mean, not in the positive way. I'm free to just do what I want to do here, and so I'm going to just do it and just do it as I'm led and as I feel to do in this community. So, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you until